All right, thank you so much for joining us, and always a pleasure to be with you every evening, at least every day, to bring on a matter them what it happen for inside Nigeria. Welcome to Updates is Precious. It's always a pleasure to be with you and to discuss Nigeria and the cost of our dear nation with you. And we'll not go stop to talk until we make it to this country reach where it's supposed to reach. And this evening for Inside the Show, we'll go look at a lot of things. First of all, we'll look at waiting the Sultan of Sokoto talk about social media. He says social media don't become terrorist organization where we must crumble, we must finish up. Social media is now the new terrorist organization. Why in Tokam? I go let you know why in my Sultan of Sokoto talk that one. Because it's very important we go through our insider. Remember, sir, I've been telling you also for morning, waiting arrow fight talk. We never get time putting a through light into that matter, but we'll also look into that matter. As INEC chairman Yakubu don't tell youth to champion peaceful elections. Yeram. Yakubu, wait, that is INEC chairman, outgoing, Abi outgoing INEC chairman, Mahmoud Yakubu, they tell youths, please ensure you champion peaceful elections. Are you serious? Why you now when people don't they come off office and that time you be like see their eye they open where? Now that's how they see better. Well, that too, we go talk about them. As I talk to you today, Ogbonge protests don't happen for inside River State again. This time around, another set of women don't rush enter streets. If you see numbers of women for streets, this time they say they no go agree. Oh, the last time they wear black, then wicked people then come wear white when they do their own. These people now come wear red. Say, in fact, they no go green. They no go green. Oh. Say they must reinstate Fubara and bring back democracy for the state. In fact, for their press statement, the entitled Rivers women remain resolute in demanding an end to emergency rule and reinstatement of Governor Sim Fubara. That will also bring you details of them. And of course, trusting me to bring you all the juice with from River State because we always do that. Yeah. So we also get into other conversations. National disgrace. Northern Elders Forum don't knock federal government Tinubu for head. Say, honor, they hear what? Honor, they give us national disgrace. How can you give us national disgrace? Well, that we will also talk about. Stop giving terrorist activists undue publicity. Information Minister urge media. So that is why you people have been hiding some things that happen in this country from us. That is why people they talk, say they downplay the killings, the death of people from inside the country. Because information minister now they say, make we know they give terrorists, bandits them. Make we know they give their activities undue information. Undue publicity. Are you serious? So enlightening people about that matter now undue publicity. All right, we'll also look at that. Simon Ekpa appoints new lawyer ahead of 2025 trial in Finland. They won't start in trial for Finland. You know, so they say that May they go start the trial, Abi. So you go start next month. And then alleged defamation, Yahaya Bello don't petition IGP, demand prosecution of Senator Natacha Akpoti Udwang. That one served day, and we'll go also look into that matter. Hope don't rise for CBEX investors. So as EFCC don't promise it, don't worry, Kulu Tepa. We go refund you because they're not say they go use Interpol, use everybody to make sure say they get the people then. If you see the money they withdraw for inside, hey, if you see on the money where them withdraw, if una see on a money where them withdraw, you just be asking yourself, what is going on? How this kind of money they use there for inside Nigeria like this, and they come in and they come out for inside Nigeria like this, and people no. That's what they withdraw Nigerians their money. Plenty money where they withdraw for inside this thing, what they do. To the tune of 935 million US dollars. See, I'm here. 935 million US dollars. Nine them withdraw through private Ethereum wallet. Now they carry them, piam, transfer, put inside there. Nigerians' money, now you don't go be that. That's not part of the matter then where we go also look at this evening for Inside the Show. Plus, including, say, concerning everything we get to do with the CBEX matter and investment. And as I promised you earlier in the afternoon, I would also get you an expert. We go enlightening us on the things and what we're supposed to know so that we're not going to feel the fall victim of this kind of things again. And on a federal government, we don't hear say half of Nigerians they spend almost everything within the end, their entire income on food. As Tinubu's economic policies, they bite deeper and deeper and harder. This, no matter the way BC, we will talk about. And thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Updates with Precious. As usual, it always sweet my belly. So follow on a talk and bring on a matter them way they hot for inside Nigeria. Because now they talk about them, especially in a way where BC our country people then go fit to understand them and feel the flesh and blood of the conversation very well. So let's begin with that protest in Rivers State this afternoon. As once again, and for the umpteenth time, because remember, say the protest where you see on last week, not be the first time women then protest for inside River State, but it just so happened that that was the first time that it made it to the news. People been on the protest before, as I said that day, that pockets of protest they go on for the states. It's just that unfortunately, people when they do this protest and be no really get money to use um, do the kind of publicity or get press media attention as if for use get the media attention. Even this particular one, because of say they no pay major media organizations, they did not carry this particular protest. And this protest was so huge, but yet they no carry them. Why? Because of say they no pay them, they no carry them. So not be the first time protests like this don't they happen for inside River State. Before I start to tell on the story one by follow, like I just go play on an excerpt of that protest. Make on see as the matter take be for River State today. Because these women for River State, they start somewhere around Isaboro Park, behind Isaboro Park, that is Holy Rosary Secondary School axis. Then tour around, enter Moscow Road, pass government house from back, corner finish. Then make sure say them waka finish. And this time around, they didn't have much interference. Nobody stopped them because they can't they lambast the military administrator. Say stop me fast. You go see waiting. You go see their placards them one by one. Watch them first of all. All right, so I sure say some people could wonder why did they hear the voice we won't sing, then come they hear church song join them. We hear we won't sing, we hear church song join them. So the gist be say weekly since this emergency rule, women for inside River State they gather from different areas. You get as in they use the gather to use pray for the restoration of democracy for inside River State. Now there did they meet. So after that last protest where you see these women also being gathered now after their usual morning prayers, where they end sometime mid-morning. Now they do that protest. That's last time. That last time they leave on time after the prayer. This time again, then gather. These women they gather, they plenty, they gather every I think every day, be twice a week or so, they pray for inside River State. Now, so they gather again this time around. After the prayers, they can't talk, say, then they do again. They can't begin to do the protest. Now, just to also let you know very quickly that as the protest, as they also protest, they also sing, they pray, they still they pray. They pray for people, they won't put them for the condition, they join us together. So let's even look at their press release and what their demands are and what's they really want. So these women then they entitled the press conference, Rivers Women Remain Resolute in Demanding an End to Emergency Rule in Rivers State. And according to the press statement, they talk say once again, and for the umpteenth time, we, the women of Rivers State, under the umbrella of the Rivers Women Unite Prayer Group, strongly reiterate our unwavering demand for the immediate termination of the unconstitutional and unjust emergency rule currently imposed on our dear state, River State. Now, they continue to say the continuous actions of the imposed sole administrator, Vice Admiral Ibok-Ete Ibas, retired, have clearly exposed the ulterior, that is inner mind motive, ulterior and politically motivated intentions behind this so-called emergency rule. Nearly 1 month after assuming control, rather than fostering reconciliation among the political stakeholders, Vice Admiral Ibas has deepened the divide. That is, instead of to make sure, say, reconcile everybody, make everybody there in unity, it can't be like saying carry in hand the cost more quarrel for inside the place. That he has deepened the divide even further. So they don't look and say, so this man, he gets something for mind. Now, his actions, according to the women, of dismantling democratic institutions and orchestrating policies aimed at achieving political domination serve only the interest of those who appointed him. Okay. They can say, we, the women of River State, firmly reject every attempt to stifle the voices of our people or frustrate legitimate dissent. We condemn in strong terms the dictatorial tendencies of Vice Admiral Ibok-Ete Ibas and the River State Commissioner of Police, CP Olubenga, or says Commissioner of Police Olubenga Adepoju. In fact, I dey come more to inside that matter because I want, as I dey tell on that, make I dey give on our evidence because the women they no gree, they carry placard, carry everything, follow body. They say na lie you, they no go gree. And there's something particular about the things them where they write for inside the inscriptions for their placard where they carry today. Because unlike other times, so they carry other placards. This time around, they carry placards where they write different things. Some of the things, let's see if I can even get those very quickly. Some of the things where they carry for inside their placard, then talk, say, say then they stifle them. Say enough is enough. Maybe they need to shut them up again. That they don't want to be shut up anymore. Right, that is they stifled them, and they went local government by local government. Talking about being stifled in from local government by local government. I'm going to show you those signages so that I go see within the women then carry enter inside street today. So the women then they protest. They say they no go agree at all, and there were so many. In fact, that particular video I played did not do justice to their numbers because then plenty were well this time around. Well, according to them, I don't know how true it is because I like to be balanced as a journalist. Then talk say most of these women when they come for this protest, they don't give them 1 naira, right? According to them, say these women them they need to give them 1 naira to come for this protest, saying a free out of their own free will, 90 they come participate for the protest. Then we also hear say some of the people where they attend the other protests, them what would they hear about the other ones we happen in the past. In fact, that one will happen. I think on Monday when you see people protest on behalf of Wiki and all that. Well, we hear that they were paid. In fact, as a matter of fact, say fight even happened at the end of that protest because say some people no get the money with them promise them. Some people were paid 5,000. Some people were paid less, according to the story. I even hear a story of a particular man who be civil servant quarrel with his wife, telling wife say, "Wait, for the past how many years where I work under Wiki administration, Wiki no promote me from office as a civil servant. See me na lie for Barack come promote us, then you can't go protest against them. I hear say husband and wife quarrel well because of that matter. That notwithstanding, I would still keep making my investigation to ascertain if the women who protested today were also paid, so that we can have a balanced conversation. So that you know, good day like say we did biased for our conversation. So, but so far, I never hear any news about this wedding protest today. But we could see them come out in their numbers. And plenty where well, they come out plenty talk. Say they know they do again. They know want again. You can see them now. These are some of the waiting signs waiting for inside their placards where they carry. So you see what's in there, right? They say we are gagged. Each of the local government areas of River State, we are gagged. Kana local governments, we are gagged. Gokana local government. We are gagged Ogubolo local government. We are gagged I think Eberi Omoma. We are gagged Boni local government. We are gagged Tai local government. So Emohua local government. Ahuda West local government. So they carry those signages. They talk say so according to them, they say before now, it like say an abomination for them to come protest. But that right now they no go agree. They won't make sure say their voices they're heard. Now, reading further on that their press statement, will be say then right. Make I see that press statement further. Reading further that press statement, they say okay that nearly 1 month after the 1 month after assuming control, rather than fostering reconciliation among the political stakeholders, Vice Admiral Ibas has deepened the divide. his actions demand dismantling democratic institutions and orchestrating policies aimed at achieving political domination serve only the interest of those who appointed him. Now, we, the women of River State, firmly reject every attempt to stifle the forces, the voices of our women, of our people, or frustrate legitimate dissent. We condemn in strong terms the dictatorial tendencies of Vice Admiral Ibok-Ete Ibas and Rivers State Commissioner of Police CP Olubenga Adekoju. On Friday, April 11, 2025, we held a peaceful protest against the injustice meted out to our states. Shockingly, the police responded with force, deploying tear gas and brutal intimidation in a bid to silence our democratic rights to peaceful assembly. Say that protest wey dem do on Friday, say they even use tear gas to pursue them, to silence them. But the one that the pro-wicked people did on Monday, Abi, when they did not do anything to them. They allowed them to protest peacefully. Now, there, these women, they hinge their matter now. They talk, say, no, they no go agree. Say, because, obviously, say the police force for inside River State, they partial for their treatment. Why it be saying when then they protest? Then try to silence them by making sure, say, then disperse them with tear gas. But then when these other people protest on Monday, they don't do them anything. He now said, yet on Monday, April 14, 2025, the same Vice Admiral Ibas reportedly sponsored. That means they say that Ibas even sponsored that particular one because the women were paid. The same Vice Admiral Ibas reportedly sponsored a counter protest, hiring thugs to masquerade as Rivers women in support of the illegal state of emergency. An act that was shamefully protected by the same police commissioner who had earlier brutalized real Rivers women for peacefully speaking out. You did hear him? Say on Monday, the military administrator, now you that protest will happen on Monday, saying that him sponsor him. And then the same commissioner of police wey been disperse this other women wey protest on Friday, pursue them with tear gas. This same commissioner of police now come protect these protesters wey wear white on Monday. Nothing happened to them, no chaos, no wahala. We not hear say they stop them anywhere. Now wetin they point out for their press statement. They said this deliberate provocation and double standard is nothing short of sabotage and the squashing of democratic rights. Now, waiting them talk. Now, the economic impact of this ill-conceived emergency rule is already evident. Businesses are shutting down, plant investments are being relocated, and the state's economy is in free fall. Because the other day on Saturday, I had a guest here who tried to look at the economic implication of this emergency rule. And come talk say most people now we feel say they go fit do business. Somebody will get business wey go wan break come River State. Go just talk say say since the political terrain for inside River State no dey very balanced right now. They never know wetin the atmosphere dey like. So say some people go deliberately comot their business from River State, carry go other places. Because of say they no one come bring business wey be say if they do finish, another person go come in. Can't counter wetin they don't do. So that's why business can't get as it be now for River State. Now, moving further, they say we, as always, it is our women and children who bear the brunt of this upheaval and economic hardship. We call on Nigerians, we call on all Nigerians of conscience, civil society groups, and particularly the National Assembly to continue to speak out against this impunity and urgently act to reverse this deeply unpopular decision. It is disturbing to note that in many truly volatile regions of Nigeria, where communities are under siege by terrorists and where lives are being lost daily, the federal government has neither declared a state of emergency or not suspended the governor, or even deployed adequate security forces to these places. But in our River States, now they can't carry all of them. Come, this now waiting the women they talk. They can say, yet in River State, over 10,000 police personnel and countless military operatives have been deployed. If these policemen or police personnel and military operatives been there for inside Plateau State or those communities for Plateau State, that attack will happen for no get done, no see those number of deaths we die. Those people will die for no die the way they die. The reason they died is because the place where they're supposed to carry police and army go, they live there, carry the police and army, go another place. This now waiting the women, they try talk. They say, yes, in River State, over yes, I said that already. So they say, just this Monday, women protesting against the emergency rule in Mbiama were again tear gassed and brutalized. You see, unfortunately, that did not make it to the news. As I said to you, this particular press conference of this woman, I don't check most of the major dailies now. Almost all the newspapers don't get them. Why? Because they did not pay them. So for you to carry a news out of your good conscience, of course you must be paid to carry the news. Who no get money, no go fit make them enter news. That's what it means. The major news outlets, Guardian, Vanguard, I never checked but Guardian, make I no blame them. But I not see them for Vanguard, I not see them for Punch, I not see them for I not see them for most of these other papers. Why? Why they never carry them? Now, just this Monday, women protesting against the emergency rule in Mbiama were again tear gassed. Maybe some of them will not report it this evening, so that make it not be said the reporter later. It can't be like say I thought say they no report them. But as at the time where I start this show, I never see them for those papers. Then I say while another group of women who sang praises of the emergency rule were shielded and escorted by the police. The ones who protest, they tear gas them. The ones who sing their praises, say, yeah, we want emergency rule. Police protect them. This selective protection of sycophants while repressing genuine voices of concerns is a grave injustice. That's what they talk. We therefore demand the following without equivocation. One, they say the immediate removal of River State Commissioner of Police, CP Olugbenga Adekoju. Two, an urgent and total end of the illegal state of emergency imposed on River State. Three, the full restoration of all democratic institutions, including the reinstatement of all duly elected officials of the duly elected Governor Sim Fubara. Four, the redeployment of military personnel to regions where they are truly needed, because of River State, they don't need them, where citizens are being slaughtered and communities are being ravaged by terrorists. Our beloved nation is teetering dangerously toward becoming a banana republic. Say Nigeria just they move towards becoming a banana republic. This descent must be halted, and Nigeria must be rescued from political tyranny and systematic impunity, what some people call tyranny. Finally, we call on the international community to take a firm stand to intervene diplomatically and to prevail on the Nigerian government to restore democracy and protect the rights and dignity of the people of River State. Our people deserve peace, justice, and the freedom to thrive in a truly democratic society. And person we sign am na Dr. Nancy Chidi Wankwo, Dr. Vivian Ige Elewon, on behalf of Rivers Women Prayer Group. Oh, I tell you that they are prayer groups. Okay, so now waiting the women then don't talk. They demand, they make all of this demand. Say now waiting them want be this. Enough is enough. Now let's take some more footages from their protest, because the women they complain a lot. Now you see the waiting the women then talk. So really, earlier in the week, people even protested in Mbiama. We didn't hear of it. Most major news no carry them, and a lot of us no hear about them. Why? And they were dispersed by the Nigerian police. They were pursued and scattered by the Nigerian police force. We don't know about that. But those who sing the praises of this, waiting they go on, they allowed them to protest. They did not throw them away. How fair is that? How fair is that? Now the women in the crisis save our democracy. We don't want again. I beg. We don't want emergency rule again. Save our democracy. So why it be say security agencies like the police and all that, they allow may they use them for this kind of dirty work? Why they go allow them to use them for this kind of dirty work? Make I just go play on a few more footages for these women them as they protest today for inside River State. Make we see. Waiting the minister. All right, so and I don't hear the river swimming as in they cry out, they talk, say, is it that their papa be that, so they don't get another one, no. Say that their papa be that, so I guess they were referring to the governor of the state, Sim Fubara. Well, we they here to give an editorial them, and we don't give an editorial them the way they happen. I did wait to also see this report from some other media outlets, make I know as media houses go take carry on. But that's the situation. So this women prayer group that they gather now every now and then to protest against this what they call the injustice for inside River State. But let's move to what Sultan of Sokoto said very quickly because my guest is standing by. So now Sultan of Sokoto Mohammed Saad Abubakar III don't describe social media as terrorist organization, citing its role in spreading false information and inciting unrest. Now, speaking during the seventh executive committee meeting of the Northern Traditional Rulers Council in Maiduguri, Borno State, the monarch urged security agencies to treat social media, all social media platforms, with the same seriousness as other threats to national security. So the way you think, say bandits, Boko Haram, na threat to national security. Make it be saying that that same way, make they also treat social media. So therefore, if you do social media now, you're a terrorist. As maybe this platform is on social media now, we are terrorists. All of us. Because terrorists don't become where you spread misinformation. Yes, I understand that lots of people spread a lot of fake news. And I did it very careful. That's why I don't carry stories out of clickbait. And you know, go see me carry fake headline. I don't do that because it's grossly unprofessional. Whether not because of say you won't gain the numbers. If you gain those numbers and get views, after then what next? You lose your integrity. And that's what matters. But aside that, again, most major mainstream media platforms and don't they very biased. And you don't blame them because most of the owner of this mainstream media is not politicians. If politicians don't own them, politicians they fund them, or the owners are friends to politicians. So because of that, they get their biases. So because they get their bias, you can no longer get undiluted reports from mainstream media anymore. Because almost everything where they get from mainstream gets one subtle bias or the other. And don't get me wrong, this is not peculiar to Nigeria alone. See what's going to happen for America. The Fox would always carry stories that is pro Republicans, and CNN will always be pro Democrats. It is like that. Every media organization gets their own bias. So now waiting make alternative media platforms don't become a thing. That's why the Russian media outlet, for instance, like what do they call them? RT, Russia Today, that most times they say they prefer to be, just mostly on social media, alternative. Why? Because now with alternative media, you go even fit use know the real story. And that's how you can actually tell the story behind the story, right? So now saying that you should silence social media and treat it as a terrorist organization, is it because you don't want people to be saying their truth anymore? Because that's the only platform where people can actually say the truth without being stifled because it is devoid of regulations. They know they're regulated. So people need to be stifled when they talk for those media platforms, right? So now, if you want to make them make not be even regulate, make them treat social media like terrorist organization. That is to say that people can no longer get genuine information again. So freedom of expression don't become a problem for inside Nigeria, and that's exactly what His Royal Highness Sultan of Sokoto here they talk about. He says social media is a terrorist organization that we must deal with, that security agencies must deal with this terrorist organization called social media. Quote unquote. Now, in quote, not me talker. Those were his words. He also condemned the ongoing violence and killings in Plateau State. Oh, wow. After he don't call social media a terrorist organization. So may I understand what are the major reasons why social media could be terrorist organization, for instance? Yes, I understand. Say, they people where they carry fake stories as I don't talk. But how about for the better good? Because more people, more number of people, they get more genuine news through social media. And that does not matter. No wonder Nigerian government don't they talk. Say anybody now where they operate any blog or anything, you must make sure say you get office. So that if they find you, they go know where they go find you come. Oh wow, really? Really? And how come this same social media, the bandits them, where they worry on another Nigeria, they this social media and will never still catch them. The same security agencies never still catch them. And they have social media accounts. They even do giveaway on social media. And they never still catch them. How come? This is the question so you say what they ask. I wish say Oga Sultan and then together with the security agencies, go fit give us response to this question. But just in case you hear say they don't bring out one bill tomorrow, we stop people we stop people from talking for social media or anything. No, say this now agitation, so you don't become. And when revered royal highnesses like this don't make such suggestion, no think I'm well. No, I mean, you know, go there too far from government acting because of say, of course, interests they involved for inside the matter. The Mark will enter inside INEC as your INEC chairman, outgoing or outgone INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, don't you don't ask African youth generally to lead the charge in promoting peaceful and credible elections across the continent. And I be want to say this talk pay me small, oh, but you know go pay me because now I go respond to not be me. Yakubu talked this one, I think, yesterday, Tuesday, as he be deliver lecture for democracy and peaceful elections in West Africa to students of international affairs and diplomacy and those of peace and conflict studies for inside civil service university in Republic of Gambia. So our Mahmoud Yakubu go give lecture on credible elections. Credible. And may I ask you, sir, you oversee two major general elections for inside Nigeria. Which of them were credible? The 2019 election, where they say widely, Natiko Abubakar and Peter Obi candidates and win that election. Remember? But it was rigged to favor the person who appoints you, Muhammad Buhari. It was rigged according to people to favor Buhari then. Because after Buhari first tenure, nobody was going to vote him in again for second tenure. With waiting people see for the first time. It doesn't like waiting people they see for this administration. Who go really want in their open eye vote this administration? But you, Mahmoud Yakubu, you oversee that election where many don't look and say you know they free. And you oversee an election for 2023 where people they see as one of the worst elections in the history of Nigeria. And now you they talk about credible election. Make youth come champion credible election. Oh wow. I wish as an elder you led by example by starting the process, starting the course, so that the youth could feel come follow up, follow you. And because they're supposed to follow your steps now, they don't go just follow your words. They go follow your actions. They're supposed to follow you. I don't want to dwell too much on that because it's annoying to hear this kind of statement. Why it be like saying every time when people won't leave office, now they go to do like say them be saints or when they don't leave office, now they like see they come on scale for their eye. Why? In fact, he said young people from the backbone of election duty staff, he said, pointing out that the election management bodies that in fact I beg, make I leave Mahmoud because I don't want to get angry. Now, speaking about insecurity in the country, the Northern Elders Forum don't describe the killings for inside Plateau State as a sign of failure on the part of the federal government. For inside the statement, where the ABC they issued today, Wednesday, Professor Abubakar Jidere will be the spokesperson of Northern Elders Forums. Don't describe the incessant killings for inside the state as a national disgrace, saying a national embarrassment. He said, what was once a symbol of unity, peace, and cultural diversity in Nigeria has now become a theater of bloodshed and lawlessness. The magnitude of violence being inflicted on innocent citizens is nothing short of a national disgrace and a damning indictment of the federal government's failure to discharge its primary duty protecting lives and property. But another elders forum, when I just dey talk this one, so remember, so when I talk plenty times during the room killing, when I talk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, when I talk plenty talks that time. But I thank you as when I don't talk this time. When I talk the first one too, where people died for inside Plateau State for Bokos. So I appreciate you now. Talking about the Terrorism Act and all of those, your Minister for Information for inside the state and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, don't tell on say, I beg, more need to cover any story we get to do with terrorism again. Say when they give them oxygen because when they give them publicity. That is as I am now. People may just die. Bandits may just enter a community and kill people in their numbers. I don't have to be covering those stories because covering the story will be giving such a news oxygen. We're going to make and grow. Wow. So how people will use get information to know what's in they happen if you don't cover it? Well, that's what your Minister for Information and National Orientation said. So I don't go on to the do and too much, to talk too much, so that when I go fit put mouth for inside them at a time they go. Now we see your minister talk. Say, They give them like too much. Um, Simon Ekpa, has named a new legal representative as he prepares to face trial in Finland in June 2025. Well, it's not May, it's June. Now, Ekpa, a self-styled leader of the banned indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB), was arrested by Finnish authorities in November 2024. Following his arrest, the district court of Pajat Hame ordered his detention for allegedly spreading terrorist propaganda on social media. Now, the alleged offense is believed to have occurred in 2021 within the Lati municipality. And the Finnish investigators say Ekpa used his social media platforms to incite violence and terror in Nigeria, especially in Nigeria's southeast region. Say he uses social media, they incite violence and terror. They support violence and terror. May they kill them. May they do this. Say now waiting him do. Now, despite repeated calls from Nigerian authorities for his extradition to face prosecution at home, the effort has so far not yielded the desired outcome. So it be like say the Finnish government don't talk, say they no go answer Nigerian government as part to extradite Simon Ekpa to come answer question with them. It be like say they won't use their hand handle the matter. Remember, say in 2023, Mikko Lekonen, a senior detective superintendent at Finland's National Bureau of Investigation, confirmed that a Finnish court had scheduled May 2025 for the prosecution to file charges. He also stated that Ekpa would remain in custody as the alleged offense is not bailable. Say the offense, so they say he commit, say he no dey bailable yet, so say he go still dey in custody. So you don't name a lawyer, we be say good defender for the case, and we'll keep you updated as the matter they go. Make you for know as it take be. Now, talking about defamation and all those issues. Oh, I didn't tell you about El Rufai because I must talk about this El Rufai matter. So El-Rufai, former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, he don't describe the Bola Tinubu-led administration as the most corrupt and dishonest administration for inside Nigeria political history. Say since when them born Nigeria, no other government don't they as corrupt as Bola Ahmed Tinubu and dishonest as Bola Ahmed Tinubu government. Say no other government. Say na own, I don't carry first like that. Now, see, but they talked for Inside Arise Television. He accused Tinubu administration of relying heavily on propaganda. Say Tinubu administration, they rely on propaganda, especially regarding the country's worsening security challenges. He said this is the most lying government that depends on false propaganda. He said they lied that security has improved in Nigeria. They read out numbers of bandits killed, except the ones we know and the ones we know are the leading bandits. Say the leading bandits, say they never talk those ones. He especially pointed to notorious bandits and leaders like Dogogide, Malam Abba, and Bello Turji, stating that none of them had been eliminated, even as many local government areas in Katsina, in Zamfara, in Sokoto, and other states still remain under control of criminal groups. Now, this local governments, they under control of criminal groups, but they never declare state of emergency. I mean, would have done that for Katsina State, now former President Muhammad Buhari state. Why can't we do that? If they get local government coming from El Rufai, we get local governments where they under the captive or be under the captivity of bandits. Why will not we declare state of emergency for that state? So that we feel rescue the state. Why will not we declare state of emergency for Kaduna? Why will not we declare them for Zamfara or Sokoto State? Why? Why can't we do that? Now, when they ask him, when they ask him whether he believed that what he believed was wrong with the current administration, Erufai turned the question back to the president. I said, I should be asking you that question. I should ask you, can you afford 3 square meal? You could feature 3 times. Can your salary buy what it is used, what you used to buy 2 years ago? But the part where you know answer now, whether your salary 2 years ago buy waiting, if they buy 8 years before, or no, or at least 6 years before their government come into power. They don't answer that part. So El-Rufai insisted that Tinubu's government has failed to address the rot and then the mostly root causes of insecurity in the country, and we're more focused on deceiving the public than delivering solutions. Then a lot of people they talk, say people don't argue this matter for waiting El Rufai talk. Say, well, not true, because they say nobody sabi use the media like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That he understands the need for the media, so he sabi use the media the way he wants him. And that is why you see the presidency is not always quick to reacting to stories where they affect Nigerians. Gongo. So those things about, oh, people don't die, those stories about people have died, this have happened, scores have been killed. It is a government presidency that they careful, because once you respond to those stories, you give them oxygen, you give them life. But we just insult the government or just talk one thing, say government do not, piam, they don't answer you quick. Come look you, attack you. Now, waiting make do may call them maga dogs. Eh? Attackers, maga dogs. So yeah, so this na person will be said. In fact, he understands the media so much that he invested into inside media. He invested money inside media because of how much he like media. Some people go also argue, say, what you know today about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, say, na based on the media, that he's purely a product of the media. Oh, the whole idea of, oh, he made Lagos. He's the one who built Lagos. He's this. It is because of the media. In reality, did he really build Lagos? In reality, as a governor of Lagos State, what did he do in Lagos State? Apart from what Fashola Ambody did, who be people when bring in. He own self gongo, waiting him been do for inside Lagos State. These are questions where people they ask. And then speaking about hardship and waiting your money fee buy for inside the state, we hear, according to a report, that a devastating new report reveals that 50.1% of Nigerians, that is, if you share Nigerians into 10, 5 plus half of one, or some part of one join together. Say everything where they work for, they carry and chop food. That's virtually their entire monthly income. They just put it back to food so that they go free get food chop. Now this highlights the crushing economic hardship facing ordinary citizens under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. The Nigerian Consumer Outlook report, which surveyed over 7,000 Nigerians across all 6 geopolitical zones, paints a grim picture of a population struggling to survive amid soaring inflation and punishing economic reforms. So they talk, say, the way Nigerians, they according to this report, say it be like, say, all Nigerians, most of waiting then they work for, then they use them chop food so that they go feed their life survive. Why? Because of inflation and how high things done they for inside the country, right? Okay, so let me bring in my guest very quickly. So just a few news about the CBEX issue before I bring in my the guest. I had told you earlier that the EFCC talk said they will use Interpol and all of those, pursue the people then will collect on money for CBEX. So if you or any of your family member feel be part of those will lose money from CBEX, you may be optimistic that you may get your money back. But I doubt if you can actually get your full money back. If you get just small chicken it in, you go get for inside. If you even get it at all, because those things are really not easy, especially because the money they transferred through crypto, right? So it would be hard for you. But this now waiting EFCC talk. As the news carries it, that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has assured individuals who invested in the CBEX digital trading platform that they would recover their funds. Now, the commission revealed that it had been monitoring the platform even before the recent wave of public complaints. If they monitor and then why this one and also shut them down? Most people act late. Why did you not shut them down? Now, CBEX, which had promised investors a 100% return on investment, faced a crisis over the weekend as many users being unable to withdraw their funds, sparking outrage on social media. In fact, bottom line, most of their things, their platform, people no can see their balance again for platform, and things went haywire. Well, I don't want to dig into it deeply because my guests will have to deal with that. So yes, would have to look at that and other issues as yeah. All right, so let me quickly bring in my guest to join us to speak on this issue. Joining me in the studio, good evening. Thank you, Mr. Uche Paragon. Uche Paragon, thank you so much for joining me this evening.
Hi,
Can you
good
hear me?
evening.
Good evening. Can you hear me, Uche?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Great. Yes, I can hear you very well. Thank you so much. So, Uche Paragon is a hedge fund manager operating under a multinational firm specializing in alternative investment funds, AIF, across Africa, the UE, that is the EU, rather Europe, and Dubai. He is one of the best financial markets traders ever in Nigeria. And he's done very well and he's gone global. Again, yeah, he's one of the best traders Nigeria has produced. Uche, thank you so much for joining me for Inside the Show this evening. So, we could talk CBEX. So, CBEX, how did this happen to Nigerians? Were Nigerians naive, or was it just too much of Ojukokoro, aka Akmiri and long throats, that made them lose their money? What was promised to Nigerians by CBEX that made them cut away over $900 million, not be naira? That is about 1.3 trillion naira of Nigerians' money. And how can my people watching right now ensure that they don't fall victim of such in future? Because everybody define waiting will make them make profit. So that in the quest for greener pasture, may they not fall victim again. So let's go.
Thank you. First of all, Nigerians know the vulnerable or they know the deaf.
Mm.
Nigerians are the most intelligent guys. Even the Nigerian people, they are the also most intelligent people I see. You see, this will happen. Like I used to talk, say, a schemer and a scheme operator, they are the same.
Ah,
There's no difference between a schemer and a scheme operator.
what's the
So,
difference?
you work in
Schema
media.
scheme operator. Yes.
Yeah, you know that you work in media. So if you do
Yes.
your intelligence, if you also work with some intelligence agencies, you pick information from statement. So if you listen to these guys' body language, how they motivate their group, you see that they run as a syndicate, both the schemer
Mm.
and the scheme operator. It's network. Do you know how much that is? And nobody knows about it. Do you get the kind of amount of money where you go here, somebody lose, even you go fend for the person. They carry two off and I go hospital. Like, do you understand?
Because
I
for this
mean,
kind of Tinubu
you go,
regime, some
yes,
people lose
you
money,
go,
or people lose some people lose as much as almost 500 million. Some people lose
yes,
50 million.
yes. For
People lose
example,
money.
even
How?
the kind of money we feel here, even our president go fend. Not be lose them more, in go fend first. Now, this is like a syndicate organization. They run, so they have their schema, they have their schema operator. So if you see their body language, you see when they try to motivate themselves, this is their best time to change their life. This is their best time to change their story. You know when Opro was alive, the people change their life. You know when MMA was alive, people change their life. You know when this one was alive. You see that they have been doing that several times and over again. Now this is their best time. After that motivation, you see that some of the schemers will now start motivating each other. This is so bad that another person will go and bring someone else with intention. He knows very well that he will definitely lose that money so that him too will get his own commission. So that's why I said a schemer and a scheme operator,
Scheme
they are
operator.
not different, they are all each other. If there's a system that could be able to make sure that people are responsible for their actions, you will know. If you investigate these guys very well, you see that most of them were also one. They know. They just want to cash out. Let
Eh?
us see. Yeah, if you investigate them, you are into media, and I think I know I've been able to work closer with some of this intelligence. So if you investigate these guys very well, even when I was in Port Harcourt, my Uber guy that was driving me, that was one that crashed in Port Harcourt, was with me. He told me he has invested 1 million with one of them, that he want to go and put 5 million. I said, why? He said, Baba, I seen the house, now I collect my own. I said, that to me, they say, yeah, but you don't care. As may just collect now. So, so these guys, they are all the same.
So that means
Now when
it's greed. That means it's greed on the part of Nigerians. That means
yes,
Nigerians say they
yes,
fall for them, like greed.
yes.
Now they
So,
make them fall for them. So
so
now tell me, let's talk about what they promise people. Like this particular people promise you say they will give you 100% of your investment in 4 weeks. How possible is that? As somebody who's into the digital space in terms of digital trading and all of that, how possible is it for you to make 100% profit in 4 weeks? By
it's a
trading.
kind
I
of
mean, you and I, we don't go through this terrain. Just for people who may not know me, I am also a trader myself. I do asset and stock management. I do asset management and asset trading. So I understand this terrain very well. So waiting it mean when person promise you 100% in 4 weeks.
it's not
An
realistic. Everybody
ROI.
know that one. So even them too know that it's not realistic. But because the money will be shared across each other, they know that it's possible
No,
that
no,
they
no, no,
can
no.
get
So if
100%.
you say it's not realistic, it looks as if you are denying the fact. You and I know that in not lucky terms, in
Uh-huh.
somehow if you're lucky, it can be realistic, but it's just that it's high risk, right?
No, no, no. You know that the statement is not that you can make. Crypto is very, very volatile. You can even make more than
Very
that.
volatile.
But
Yes.
now, when they are promising every of their members, let me use the word syndicate group, that they will get it in 45 days consistently, we all know that is not possible. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah.
Why?
Now,
Why you know go there possible? Because of the volatility
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah, yeah,
of
yeah. So
crypto.
it's not
Okay.
possible. Then you see where they also have a lot of incentive they get. Let me tell you something. You see those guys that does the same menace for them. Eh? They are,
Hmm.
in fact, they know everything too.
Oh, so now those seminar
Yeah,
operators, now
yeah,
then be the
yeah. You see
coke,
those
now
kind of
them
those
know.
signals for them. They know even. I can also tell
Eh,
you that you see this thing too could also be cloned. They say it's China. Let me tell you something. If you go to that China, you may discover that there's nothing there. Even the major China person don't even know how much. I mean, the major company that claim to be from China may not even know anything. What these guys does most time is to they go and look for a company that is existing somewhere that obviously doesn't have strong internet presence and clone that company.
but this particular one, they also said that they cloned that their website is like a particular another company. I don't know if you read that part.
Yes, that's what
Yes,
they will
but it's like
do.
another company that is actually a genuine company. So they
Yes,
clone them. They
yes, they
clone
clone
those
it.
people. Their
Yes,
their.
so and now push it to the market. Nigerian market is a very Ponzi-driven market. That's the truth. I'm sorry, I have to say this on it.
Why do you think it's a Ponzi-driven market?
Oh no, 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 no. So see, apart from upper class, middle class and lower class don't like a system that work consistent that work genuinely. It's not that we don't have good asset management company, licensed by SEC that can do all this things. But you know that mutual fund and all of them cannot give up to that. So if you introduce anything money doubling, it goes peak in Nigeria. Everybody want to
So
double
do
it.
you not think that it's actually because people are suffering and they can't wait to get rich?
No, no,
That's why they're
no.
doing that.
It's not issue of suffering. Even when things we are good, it's an inherent. When internet space came into Nigeria and the non-banking become to operate on internet. If you get back to 2008, 2009, when Nigerian economy was good, during time of Yar'Adua, it was still existing. People were still investing on all these things, collecting 40%, 30%, 100%, everything, and it's here everywhere. Even somebody with a red cap, chief, will go and invest. You know what? So that's why I said the market itself is there. These guys know that if you push it there, they will be able to buy the idea because they want to double it. You know that we that is into the non-banking. I know even when you're trying to like speak to them, once it's not promising, or once it's not too good to be true, they're not interested in you. So sometimes they know. I can tell you if you do intelligence, I mean, it sounds a bit controversial, but they know. It's only few that you claim that they don't know. It's just that maybe the scammer, which is the scammer, want to scam the scammy, which is the scammer operator, and they could not double his own. Then he said, they don't close though, they don't close though. No, 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 no. They all no. If you check their body language, say, as long as I get my capital, I will not put it again. I'll put it small, small. Then why do you want to get a capital and put it small, small? It means that you know that it's not real. You just want to cash out. So it's a smart game. It's something that even our government is trying on that. They have done their best. People have been enlightened. Nobody that doesn't know that this does not exist. They just want to cash out. That's my own opinion. They just want to cash out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I
So,
do.
so that's by the way. Talking about trying to whether they can recover the money. It's kind of a complicated and complex journey.
Because EFCC is assuring them now that they will pursue these guys and they will make sure see they get their money back. Not be just to give people hope unnecessarily. Is that even possible? First of all, because that's now a crypto-based transaction. You understand? So how you won't even they sure say you go fit catch these guys. Them.
Yeah.
In fact, I get person for my comment section now. When I publish the crypto wallet where we say they transfer the money them to, the person saying don't they track the crypto wallet since say you know if you see anything for the crypto wallet. And we know say that's in a private crypto wallet, now they transfer the money into. You understand?
Yeah, whether
So
it's
what
private, whether it's private or public, it's a complex thing in tracking it. Then even if you track it, you may not be able to get all the money. Look at one thing. Can you hear me? Oh,
yes, I can hear you very
okay.
well. Go
I
ahead.
could see. This kind of money, you can just spend on behalf of another person. Are you sure? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't even when I saw this person, this kind of figure, I didn't even wanted to look at it two times because people are shouting, they are suffering, are shouting the government. So you have this kind of money, I still shouting. I'm suffering, I'm suffering, I'm suffering. This money didn't come from government pocket. Assuming all of them come from Nigeria. It came from within Nigeria. And it's not even popular something. It means that these guys have been controlling it. The policy thing has eaten up into our system that even pastors are even the like enabler. Even pastor no. When he has counted his members, they're up to 1,000, 3,000 members, and that's okay. If they are bringing to, if they are joining friends, they keep joining, bring to. Immediately, I'll become a millionaire. Then they encourage them. Somebody is also promoted in the church. That's why we don't hear about it. You see, they even use Telegram and some networking group. That's why I say it's like a syndicate. They know themselves. They know who bring each other. So now this money may not easily be recovered. Even if they get some of them recovered, not all the victims can fully be paid. That's the certain, because some of the money have also been shared across all the victims. Yeah, of course, you know that it's a point now. Before the big boys or the big guy will take their money, they have been sharing with the initial ones. So those initial ones will go and bring up more people. So the money, they keep sharing the money. Assuming it's a bank account, it was transacted. There's a way of maybe tracking all the bank that money was sent to, so that everybody will return the whole money. After they have returned the whole money, they may maybe disburse it according to how much anybody deposited, and then probably
Okay, so
punish
so
the
so
owner,
so
like
so
the
so
major.
so let's talk straightly. Let's talk go straight to trading now. What we're not looking
Okay.
at asset trading. Like I mean, let's look at digital asset trading in terms of what do they call that now? Digital currency trading. Some people don't they hear they already argue with you. So somebody talk say you the wine or see the message you. I read them for the platform. Make it easier. Read them here. The talk
The
say
one, you may not be good does not mean that someone else won't.
They say if you know they good,
Money
don't mean say
can
person
go
know they,
for
that means
something.
it's possible to double your money in 4 weeks. We do know, you and I know, because of our background, in trading, that it is even
I mean,
possible
don't
for
know
you
now. So he
to
can double
double
his
your
own money.
yes, you can even double your capital in 1 day or 2 days. But that is the same way you can lose your capital in 1 minute or 2 minutes. So
Yeah, so
any
it's not
any
consistent.
so it's yes. So for you to get that much risk, for you to have that possibility to even make that much profit, that means there is also the possibility of losing that much. But why is it much more peculiar with crypto trading? Let's talk about that. Why does it look like, or what does it seem like one has to be a bit more careful trading crypto?
But
And what
no,
is the best way to invest in crypto rather?
crypto is an underworld business. It's a black market business. Forget about that. It's on internet. There's no access backing it. Unlike us, you know that we trade on only regulated markets, gold and crude oil. So you can see that it's a physical market that is backed by something. You know what I mean? But crypto is underworld. Nobody knows where it's coming from. And the forces is also forces of demand and supply. Especially the other one that is not really major cryptos, does not even have a back. Even the one that is popularly now, like maybe Bitcoin, doesn't have an under, maybe like kind of a tangible backing. It's only fueled by speculation. So that's what caused the volatility. Somebody can pump and dump it at any time. So it becomes difficult to use it as an investment vehicle, especially for the general public. It then becomes very much difficult because one, if you're an investment manager or a trader, one thing is you pay attention to is risk, how you can manage the risk. But you can't manage risk on crypto. There's nothing like limit easily
Risk
that you can
management. Are
put.
you serious?
Yeah,
Why
so
can you
it's
not
something.
manage risk?
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
can
you
you not
can't easily
manage risk on
manage it
crypto?
because of you may have your investment on crypto and just went to shower only for you to come back. It has dropped to 60%. Yeah, it's possible like that. I've seen where it happened within an hour. The whole thing just came down. So it's not where a big company or if an
Even
investment
assets
manager.
that we believed in, Paragon, even assets that we believe in, you were aware of what the loss that I encountered in 20, was it 2019, 2020, because of the
You
crude
see?
oil
You see?
downturn,
Yeah.
where I
Yeah.
lose money for crude oil anyhow. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, I have somebody trying to join the studio. Let's see what he has to say about this. Then, so that I'll ask you more questions. But I like people to participate in this, by the way. The comment section is open. I'll take your comments, and the phone lines are also open. You can jump into the conversation. The idea of this is for us to brainstorm and to ensure that none of us will fall victim of this. Neither us or our relatives would fall victim of this. It's very important so that make would shine our eye where we make this kind of thing for no happen. So kindly join the link from the pinned post in the comment section and access the studio directly. You join us in the studio, or you call the WhatsApp line that is also by that pinned post. The flagship. Flagship has been long. Waiting, I do you now. Why you
Hey,
run away from me like this?
pre-
Eh?
my sister Precious, how you
My
did?
Niger Delta brother, why you do me like this now?
I
Eh?
not vex. Now you know not schedule for this side. You
No
get us
wahala.
the be sometimes, but I dey always dey follow you like village
Like
people
my
for
village
market.
people.
Exactly.
All right, go ahead,
How
flagship.
you did? How you did today?
I did fine. I'm very well. I'm great.
Okay, well, this issue with this money thing when they go on for Nigeria,
Yes.
it pain me say our people not they learn lesson. Not be the first
Oh,
time it is. What did they call the other one? The triple M, money something.
MMM. MMM.
Yes, that one come. There was another one. There was on
Then plenty. You make a begin
the
call them
many,
Paragon. You know now, ultimate cycler.
the
Yeah, yeah,
many.
yeah.
The plenty.
And
There's quite a number of them. I told
and
you that environment created a market for them. So it's easy for them to drive. So if you
Yeah.
create a market like that, you know that if you take a product there, people will always buy the product.
So you see, what did they happen to say? These, according to, good afternoon, first of all, to my brother there, according to the people, when they do this thing, make I use in terminology, the schemers, these people take advantage of vulnerable people who are looking for quick money, get rich, quick scheme, something like that. People won't believe they hear this fable story where they say you put 100,000 naira today, and in 4 weeks
And you
you could
get
get
it.
200,000. It
200,000.
never
You didn't
happens
win.
anywhere. Not even in the stock market. Me and the trade stocks, right? And you can be lucky if you know your way around. I know how to read charts, so I know
But that
where.
thing, but that thing does not work with wisdom all the. I mean, it doesn't work mostly with knowledge. It works with a bit of knowledge and a bit of luck. You know that the fact that
Well,
it happens
if you
sometimes.
know how to
It's a bit
read the
of knowledge
chart,
and a bit of luck. Not
yeah,
all the
but
time
you
from your
see,
intelligence.
it doesn't work all the time. But if you know
Uh-huh.
how to read charts, you can predict and project what will happen. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're not they calculative and you they greedy, that's when you get to lose. So if you're not the map out what you want,
Okay, I feel like I don't lose you. I feel like I lose your the flagship. Hello, the flagship. Are you there? Okay, so Mecca continue to get you to the talk. So, just like somebody mentioned here, he said this person said that is a Sansi says that in one day in forex you can double your money, and in the same one day you can lose all of your money. The flagship, are you back?
yes, I'm here. Can you
Okay,
hear
all
me?
right. So go back. Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead.
So it's true. It's very true. You can triple it in a day. You can put
Yes, we
$100 in
know
the
that.
market. You can.
Yes.
So that's what these people do, right? But the game plan when they get now, that first few trades when they make try to double their money, they will use and they pay you those little 100 naira here and there to make you feel comfortable, and then they will strike you with the big loss like CBEX do just a few days ago. I think they came out to say they could not damage our names. 3 days ago or 4 days ago, they came out and made some kind of statement, and here we are with this kind of losses. Listen, Nigerians, make I tell you this thing, right? There is nowhere in the financial industry where you could give one person 1 naira and it could give you two or more in a calculated number of time. If it was possible, your bank for the dwell for you. Banks don't do that. And banks make a lot of profit. They are
Banks even
financial.
trade. Do you know that
They
banks even
trade.
trade?
Yes,
They
yes.
even trade.
That's what they use your money for every day. All your money when they did their savings account, they use and go trade for market. And believe it or not, banks they lose too, as just as they gain money. But the only
Well, because they get huge, larger capital. You know, say the market, number capital driven market. Once you get more
right. They
capital,
know how to
you fit get more
control it.
stability and more stamina
Now,
for the market.
now they work the numbers now between them and Wall Street. Now then they work the numbers. They know what to do. But the only safety net
So you're
is
saying
there.
that are the market makers that we're talking about.
Yes, now that they control the whole thing, they know when to take it up and down. Although news here and there, they factor in weather changes, political news, and all of that will change, which they happen for financial market. It just takes advantage of what the project is going to go on or happen after this. If war break out somewhere now, stocks will decline. Everybody will remove money.
See, the tariff war already now. You see the
You
outcome
see
for inside. Just
exactly, you see the
even to
outcome.
crypto, to Bitcoin, it crashed
Every one of
Bitcoin
them.
too.
It dropped
Everything
everything.
crashed.
It dropped
Yes.
everything. So news they affect them, weather they affect them, natural disasters, many things like that they affect them, and then greed, and then people when they just come inside the business want to take advantage of uneducated, uninformed people. They also they inside, which is the case in Nigeria. If you look at these CBEX, they don't go through other nations as well. The guys that did MMM, not be Russia also they start from,
And that's all
they,
here.
they, they enter trouble that time. Then Nigeria is just a vulnerable market in the sense that our people not they educated and enlightened in this thing. And unfortunately, now we now they do it to ourselves because believe you me, precious.
Sir?
There is money in Nigeria, but you know where the money dey at the grassroots level. If you dey put that 100 naira every day, and I hope this will not do bad to somebody's business, but I hope so it go enlighten Nigerians. I dey hear of these things when they call betting or contribute 100 naira.
Ajo.
Uh, but there's one that goes on a radio station today. They pay me for my heart, oh, they pay me, oh, but then they
How?
use and make money. So this is what they do. They say everybody dial this number or this code and play with 500 naira,
I
right?
don't
And
like
then
I don't like that thing. So
you
that
will
means
win. So
before
make
one person go win, like
make
1,000 people go don't dial the number and go don't
so
spend their credits.
there you go. So make I do one small mathematics for Nigerians, and I will use pidgin English to do am. Make we say only for Lagos. Lagos now what about 20 million or so plus people now dey inside. So make we say only 1 million play that thing today as we speak. So at 500 naira, how much with that they don't make today? 500 million. Now they make only today from the poor people when they try, they struggle to survive, to eat. And then they really they give money at the end of every day. So when you call, they
Because
go
I'm
roll
making
the
the money.
dice.
Because
Yes.
I'm making the money.
So they make 500 million, for example, today,
And they
and
give
then
2
they only
million.
give 2 million today. Where the remaining 498 million they
We
go?
have
Who they
made it.
hold them? You see what I mean? So they take advantage of
So
the
you think that
vulnerable.
these stations that sponsor these things or that they sponsor are also being used or using Nigerians?
No, it's a but now it works. Don't be surprised. The politicians might be involved. Yeah, the regulatory people are involved. They know about this thing. Then they pay them. They go score their money now. Okay, if we collect 500 M today, we give you guys 30%. We take 50%, and then we use
Because the
1%.
lottery agencies they involved because they
Well,
know
even
yes.
here, even see these things happen here in America too, right? But they always tell you that you are twice thunder will strike you 2 times before you go win lottery once for your lifetime. So that means before you go win that lottery, you get a
You go
chance.
don't
Say
die
thunder
like
will
five
start
times.
before that money could touch your hand. And for America, yeah, they know they do all this big play. Not like what 5 cent, a $5, $1, $10, $20. Now you take they buy, but they regulate them as well because when you gamble these things, now your life you gamble away. The
Yes.
people not the people they win them, but when you win them, in American history, nobody went don't win mega million when he still be millionaire today as me and you to talk. So
Why? Did they lose them?
they have ways of getting it back from you. Government will collect their tax. The people when you play the lottery with, they're not going to give you the money at once. But if you say you won't collect them at once, there is a huge percentage when they will take out of the money. At the end of the day, if you win, let's say 100 million, by the time you they go home, maybe not like 20 or 30 million now you they carry go home. Because all these people don't take their small. And then when you see 20 or 30 million, guess what? You are bamboozled with it. You not gonna know how to manage them. And they always go back to square one. You see what I mean? So Nigerians, when anybody meet una, tell una say, put money here at so time, you will get 10 times the amount. Ask questions. Ask questions. In fact, I go even advise now, make una not do one. You stand a better chance. As bad as it sounds, though, una stand a better chance to make money from your bank, investing in your bank. Go to your bank, ask them, what will be an investment opportunity? Look for an investment manager, ask them, what will be an investment opportunities? I get extra 100K when I in the live low for ground. I don't want to leave them for my savings account. What do you have to put inside this bank? When it will give me 3% and you can negotiate it. I won't put this extra 100K when I get for your bank in your investment, but I want X amount percentage. You negotiate with them. You they're locked in. If the bank lose, they make money, you to get your at least your capital in your hand steady. And make sure in a bank when you did registered with the government, so that if anything happen to your money, you can get it. Lastly, I will end with this. EFCC, they say they will help them get the money back. My sister, that's a story. How many in EFCC don't help get money in the past when they lose? These guys are all in the net, inside the web, all of the day inside. They sort themselves out. At the end of the day, it could take you what? 3 months, 4, 6, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Guess what? You don't forget about the whole thing. Life goes on. So Make it wise up,
So you
Nigeria.
think say this one where EFCC just tell them so they go refund them, like just to soften people mind,
Yeah, not to
so
soften
that
them down. Yeah.
may hypertension for no go kill them, may them just calm down small.
Well, apart from that, to make Nigerians feel say they hear the news and they do something about it. Make it not be say they hear it and they not do anything
Okay.
about it.
So nothing they happen. So
I'm
no
not sure
even
say
get it.
nothing will come out.
No, we
Nah,
know this thing. We know
abracadabra.
how difficult it can be to get
It
things
depends.
done.
I mean, make people learn from mistakes. You know, get out. Even if now your papa come meet you, say, my Peking, you know, this thing there when if you put money, it could grow overnight. The only time when I would advise any Nigerian to do this kind of thing now, the day when you take corn, carry corn, go outside, dig ground, put it inside. If it grow out and produce corn for you in 4 weeks, then put your money inside that thing. But as long as it doesn't do it, there is nowhere where you could put your money in and get 100% back in 4 weeks. It doesn't happen. Will never happen. Not in this lifetime.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Flagship. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. So Paragon, let's get back to the conversation. So can you hear me? Uche.
I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, I can. I can hear you. So speaking about, we're looking at why trading is such a volatile thing and why people need to be careful, especially with the crypto space. And you were analyzing that before we had that call.
Yeah, it depends on the market. I know the kind of market we have access to, let's say in Africa, is a what we call harmful product, harmful investment product. Yeah,
How? Well, we trade every
yeah.
other thing everybody trade now.
No,
We they
no,
trade
no, no, no,
assets,
no,
we they
no,
trade
no.
commodities, we
Yeah,
they trade
people,
everything,
yes,
including
that's what
currencies.
you will
So
hear.
why is it
Commodity,
harmful?
yeah, yeah, because of it has to do with leverage. It has to do with margin.
Hmm.
So, and it has to do with maybe gambling on binary or gambling on cryptocurrency. It's called harmful investment product. It's not really the traditional investment. You know
So
what I mean?
what is
So,
the difference between trading in Africa or Nigeria and trading in Europe, for instance,
no, what I mean is
or in
that
US or UK?
the same market is also available in Europe or America, but it's restricted. The same harmful product.
So why
Now,
can we not restrict it in Nigeria? That's the question. Remember, you
okay,
and I had been on this before. There was a time I tried to even help an organization to go to SEC to get license, to get license for, I think that was CFD trading and all that. But SEC
yeah,
said they don't
yeah.
understand anything about CFD trading. So see my problem, Uche, the problem I say, be like say we get people when they won't move with the trend of waiting they happen. Since they don't understand, see people they very interested in this thing, what they call digital trading, digital assets and trading and all that. Waiting it go cost government to invest knowledge in them so that they go fit regulate these people properly. Because if as far back as when I tried, to get those licenses and those authorization from those for those companies them far back as 10, 15 years back that SEC had agreed that they could learn and look for ways to regulate. This particular one now for no happen because all it took SEC to do was to develop interest in understanding the system and the market, and then putting out proper regulatory measures so that people no go get problem. Right? Do you think that it would have still happened if perhaps SEC had done the right thing and had jumped in
No,
on this?
it may not have happened, but our financial system is not all inclusive financial system, because we have limited innovative technologies that could meet or that we meet the present day reality when it comes to fintech or financial technology. For example, in Europe, as I speak, crypto, well, let's say partially legalized, but restricted. There are some companies authorized to trade, but it's also difficult for you to trade. Now, do you know why? Because it can be used to fund anything. Now, if this thing happened in Europe, it could have been difficult for a company to penetrate and siphon that kind of money. Because even the banks will restrict you from even making some crypto transaction. In fact, sometimes if you have a bank account and they see you transact on crypto, if even you become like a suspect, in the sense that it look as if you are being punished for trading on crypto, you can't even get credit. Can't get anything because they saw one time, one day that something happened on crypto. Even you be scared of using your credit card or your Mastercard, whatever, and transact on anything crypto. And it's also limited to people that does the exchange. Even as big as Binance was restricted from making bank transactions. Now, in our space, it's open. Do you understand? So there's no all-inclusive system that monitors those things. So it become difficult. That's when anybody can penetrate and use crypto to siphon a lot of money and leave the country and nothing happen. Even the local exchanges are also the system. In fact, let me tell you something on intelligence. If you want to catch these guys, I don't know, I'm on live, but let me say the truth. If you want to catch these guys, if you coordinate your operations with those local exchanges that are registered, start tracking transactions that worth some certain amount of money from now the next 1 year, you'll be able to get more details of who are involved.
So 1 year
But
back, if you track the
yes, yes,
transactions 1 year
yes.
back.
Transactions of anybody that want to make exchange now within this system from now to next 1 year, you can get them. Because of, let me tell you something, most of these guys who did this are also our people. Do you understand?
So now the rats waiting for house, 90 rats waiting for outside.
They
See
are
something
all the same. So talking about harmful products is that this commodity, whatever, is not this actual commodity that the big boys trade. Kind of, it's not the same formula of operation or execution that is done. So, for example, if you go to the exchange to trade, you may not be able to have it in a way that you trade it on leverage or margin or in a volatile level. But the one you have access to, you call it harmful because it's too volatile. You know what I mean? So now people who are the major guys who trade on these things, they could be able to trade on a traditional asset and they can come out successful and less risky than these guys who are gambling on their whatever online. And again, too, if you want to be an investment company, obviously you cannot gamble with people's money on that type of investment class or trading system. You have to, if you want to make good profit and sustain the people's money, because as an investment manager, the first thing you need to consider is your risk, how you manage risk. In fact, an investment manager is a risk manager. That's another name, not even a profit giver. It's a risk manager because how you manage the risk of those funds under you.
Yes,
so
under
you can't
you,
be an
yeah.
investment manager. You said that you're putting it on crypto. How you manage the risk? You have to define it. You have to be approved. You have to be, even the people who want to manage it have to know that this is the acceptable risk for this, which is difficult for you to be an investment manager and manage those asset classes on a high volatile instrument or what you call harmful product. As you can see, it has caused harmful. It has caused harm to the people. So it's not the same market, even when we say currencies. It's not the same type of currency. So that it's not the same nature of currency that the big boys trade through the exchange that is available to these guys. What is this available to these guys could be CFD or the popular forest that does on margin and whatever. And most big banks, most big traders does not really use that channel. Like when I say big trader, like asset management companies, does not really invest on that particular formula much. Maybe it could just be little based on
But
the
I have
popularity of
somebody
it.
here. I have somebody here who said he's worked at a bank before as a trader for the bank. That he was trading for banks.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
understand?
fine.
So that
But
means these institutions do this. I mean, you and I have been through that before. That they do this, so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not a
they do
news.
it, but not all transaction goes on leverage. Look, when I say bank does it, yes, they could do it, but not all. Then, because of the volatile market need professionalism, you need more experienced people to be involved in it, and they need proper regulation. For example, as a hedge fund manager, I have less regulation because I only deal with maybe some certain individual. But when you're talking about public space, where like issuing that investment product to the public, you know that
Yes, to
you're
the
targeting
public.
both vulnerable, both inexperienced, both market women. You have to be like, properly monitored.
And
You
it
need to
is
know
the
what they're
duty of
telling.
government to protect those people that are vulnerable.
Yes, yes. So our system doesn't have those kind of structure, and it becomes difficult. Again, that's sometimes discovered in Europe. We also have, so let's say, internet police, people that monitor what you do. That if you are doing something, they don't need somebody to report to the government office. They will come for you because somebody have seen it, or even the advert you place on Instagram or internet. They have seen it. You may not know that somebody chatting you is like an agent who's like monitoring everything that you are doing. Immediately, they may send you a message to sanction you to pull it down now, because they won't just come and penalize you. They may pull it down, give you warning, and if you refuse, you're in trouble. So those things are restricted so that the public will not have access to them. You know what I mean? Even influencers are also restricted by advertising some of these harmful products. That's the truth. So that because the people that they're following will not be a victim. If you're talking about volatile market, they talk about more experienced and sophisticated investors, people that can be able to scale through. Now, when somebody said that I can put in my money and double it, that's in Nigeria, you can double that. It's easy because in a highly regulated zone, it's restricted the kind of leverage you can give. So that leverage make it difficult for a local or a retail investor to double it. If you want them to leave that leverage up, you have to give them another authorization letter to prove to them that you are a professional trader or a professional investor for them to give the leverage that can allow you,
Else you just can't do
you
that.
to double your money. Yeah, you see how they build a system to protect some of the retail vulnerable investors. Then sometimes they also give you basic requirements, financial capacity of clients to on board. If you are onboarding a client that does not meet some certain amount of income per month or per year, you should not onboard that client. Yeah, but now
So
instead
so
our
that means
own just like
if maybe part of the people who on board now are people like Babas and
yes,
people
yes,
who
yeah,
they
yeah,
do petty
yeah,
trading, they not gonna let you on board those kind of people for
yes,
your platform because they
yes,
feel
yes,
like
yeah,
their
because
income no
of
fits match that kind of risk where
yes,
they want take with
yes,
their money.
yes,
Wow.
yes.
But for
So
Nigeria, when they do that kind of thing now, everybody bring money puts. That's it.
So we don't have system that like synchronize the regulatory framework to capture those type of activities. Now it also boils down to the market. For example, the investment dealers who penetrate Africa, they're all foreign. And the kind of services they give to their people here are not the same type of service they give to their people in Africa. So they give them harmful. They can do them anyhow, making sure, so it becomes difficult.
So these same
So that,
companies for their own country where they from come, they need to give that quality of service so that they give. But now for Nigeria and Africa, now need to
yeah, I
give
can give them
something
anything.
opposite. We go make
Yes.
Nigerians and Africans lose their money past their people with the
Yeah, so
it's
it's like
sad.
a funnel. They're using them to funnel and fund their client here.
Hey,
Yeah, so they funnel them in, use them, anything. It's because there's not an oversight, which is a difficulty. That's also why,
because they know that our people are not regulated. Now, sorry,
yeah,
okay, you said that's why what? Let me let you
that's
learn.
why people like us find it difficult to work in that soccer environment unless you want to join them. Yeah, so it becomes difficult for a proper company who have like a decent business operation to work because even people can't even understand what they're saying. They will be giving you reference with their own points. When I know what I do. Last time I collected 200% there. Last time I collected 1,000%. Last time even my cousin bought a car. They will bring two people. They bring two people. So that's what they understand. And that's what they want you to tell them because they are being used to that kind of environment. So two factors that is making it possible. The market is there. Once the market is there, it's a huge market. Then and the supplier, of course, is there, and it's a huge supplier. Do you know the extent these guys are going? They even fake licenses because
Oh,
that's
these fake
yeah
licenses. Okay,
yeah
so
because
okay,
I've been
so
checking
so
this
so
thing.
so
They're
let's
telling
even
me
let's even get let's even get to the banks, please. A lot of people they worried. Say if the banks they also trade with people money, why banks need at least give more than the required number of profits they give? Because you get money for bank like ordinary savings account where you get like 10 million in a year, you dey make barely nothing for inside that 10 million. But if you had put that money in trading, you know how much you make in a year. And you should not be waiting to make people they go through these things. So waiting be the required, level of profits where they acceptable, where person suppose make. So that when
no.
people hear any amount of profit we pass that one, maybe they careful.
That thing question is based on the type of market you operate in. For example, when you say that bank trade, what do they trade? Assuming, let's say, I don't want to call the name because of this internet. Let not be that we are advertising a bank. Let's say bank that does asset management at the same time also does banking. So they may have asset management side. If it's asset management side, they obviously under SEC, and SEC can only allow them to operate within the market they regulate, such as mutual fund, treasury, and whatever. Now, even though they are operating in stock, it could be local stock, and that stock may not have leverage. So what is the return of the performance level or margin of local stock? You know what I mean? So the local stock you're talking about, the performance is not too volatile than the internet stock that has been amplified with leverage. So now, where the local stock has got 2% this week, the amplifier on the same stock may go like 300 pips or tick or whatever because it's done on margin. Now, people can quickly make. So, if on that note, SEC won't allow bank to put the money there because they don't oversight that market. They will almost likely allow them to put it on the regulated stock, which they can see and see what is happening. Then the same way, if they're putting it on mutual fund or whatever, it's also there. So if they are investing money on that kind of structure, they may not be able to promise people high return. And also, I think they also follow the law based on the interest rate law. I think Nigeria is 27%, I think. So now they also want to make sure that whatever they promise people will also be in line with that. Again, too, protecting investors is most important thing. Even though they make 50% or 100%, they may keep a reserve in case the next year,
Okay.
yeah, they do not make
Not make
something, they
up to
can
that
be able.
amount.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that's what I told you.
So assuming
An
say
investment
interest
manager
rate
is
now
a
like
risk.
27% for Nigeria, and the
Yes,
banks go fit say they go give you only 25%. So that the other
yeah, yeah.
25% they go fit keep them in case they don't make much profit next
Yes,
year.
yes, yes, yes. So they will not be investing on all those high volatile assets. Okay, imagine bank now have collected their money and put in this investing. What are you going to talk? What are they going to say? Do you understand? Maybe one bank manager have talk to his regional manager. Let us put this money and collect within 45 days. They put the money and everything gone. So they are regulated. They may not like to put that money there unless if they do it illegally. Because if they do it illegally and the regulator discover it, they'll be in trouble. They only put it on the approved asset classes that they have access to. So that is the thing. Some of us who are on the trading space don't have access to the same market formula or market structure that these people are trading. Yes, they must be trading on the one we are trading, but they may be trading on the highly regulated ones. I know bank, it's not like they can't just come on internet and sign up an account with anything. They may check those companies properly and put in their money and make sure that what they're giving to them are like they are working with the new company, and they also know how they can be able to manage the risk if they're investing on a high volatile market or what we refer to harmful investment product. Yeah, no, the harmful one is where money comes in. That's where people can double money at any time, and people can also lose their money as quick as possible.
Okay, so talking about losing and getting money, is it? Would you advise, as somebody who's very experienced in trading? I mean, one of the best that we have around. So would you go advise maybe people trade on crypto, or maybe people just invest in crypto? Is it better to invest in crypto or to just trade it? Because some
The
people
word
go talk
trading and
say
the word trading and investment is similar.
it's
It's
similar, but not exactly the same thing. Not exactly the same. Trading means say you go buy and sell. That is, you go trade the market as it go. But investing fee be say if you just buy on the dip and leave, and anytime it rise up, you collect your money. You
that's what we
understand?
call
So
holding. We call you holding.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it depends. If you have a proper financial planning for yourself, when you make money, you have to divide it into three. The one for saving, the one for expenditure, and the one for investment. So if you get the one for investment, you could diversify it. Maybe some of them are high volatile instruments that could give a high return if it goes well, which is crypto and other market. Then you can invest one on treasury bill. You can invest more maybe on other low risk business. Then on that note now, but me, I will not necessarily advise anybody to put all their investment project to high volatile because it can be dangerous, especially those ones that are not regulated. Yeah,
Okay.
so it can
Okay.
be
So
it
so
can be
so
very
so
much volatile.
but is it that are you ruling out the fact that people can actually make money through digital assets? Digital trading. Is it ruled out, or is
Yeah,
it a
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
And if it's a thing, how is the best way people can pull through and then be safe too without burning their fingers?
Yeah, yeah. Even trading generally is digital. The only physical exchange we have now is London Mental Exchange. All the exchanges we have in the world have gone digital. Or probably maybe Lagos Commodity and Future Exchange that you see people coming there. Yeah, and if you go there, you also discover that it's mostly staff that come there. They have not even been trading on that floor. Maybe Nigerian stock exchange too. I've also had that everybody now does things in their offices. So basically, trading has gone digital, both the traditional security and the online market. So everything is there, so people can make money digitally. It's easy, and that's why it becomes complex in terms of regulatory or in terms of
Regulations.
regulation. So in advanced country, what is encouraged is self-regulatory. Since there's no more central regulation now. They give you self-regulatory where they know the company have to be reporting. So now the company have to appoint a compliance officer that will make sure that they comply with the standard operation. So that company will now be reporting to to the regulator. The regulator can also be like over one or two regulator will be checking what our company is doing. Unlike before, where people has a central exchange, where you know what I mean. So digital is still the word, but just that we are unfortunate that we don't have a very comprehensive structure. Anybody can come up and say, yeah, I'm this, I'm that, and come and put. But it is totally different from what we are seeing here. See what we're seeing here. I can tell you, it must sound a bit controversial. It's a syndicate network. Yeah. If you check the history of those guys who are claiming victims, check their history. You see that they have been investing in such thing before. You know, assuming you take matter to court, you have a very controversial lawyer. The person can dig the history of the person complaining to be victim. Yeah. You check what have you been doing. If it's because that this person is a serial schemer, that you see that that's history, 5 or 10 years history, where he or she have also been involved in 2 series of schemes that crashed. Then if you get to know that this guy, are you sure you are not a suspect too? That you guys are not working together. It's like when you belong to a gang that does this another time, bring two people, bring two people, bring two people, bring two people. Then
And that,
you
that,
belong to a
that one are
gang.
networking now. That one are
Yes. So
networking.
now,
But
if you
let's talk. Let's talk about the real matter, trading for inside Nigeria.
Mhm.
Before now, we know how difficult it don't be for government to regulate the trading industry, as it were, in Nigeria, because they believe, say, the time you and I try to go to SEC to seek this consent, they say they no go feel regulated and they no understand. Even though say they get plenty PAs and SSCs, we fit even advise them on waiting a bit. But unfortunately, we just have, I don't want to say old people who don't want to up their game and learn more on how things they happen, because we'll get everything we take to use regulator market like the other countries where they talk about, to make sure say we also leverage on the money where they come in from that industry, because a lot of money they come in from that industry. Unfortunately, because they know they're regulated, Nigerians just they lose money anyhow, and the government they make money through taxes. So the good thing they say, Nigeria just signed, President Tinubu just signed a particular bill recently, we suppose help regulate these things. And do you think that that bill would actually work in helping it? That is the Investment and Securities Act, as signed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Do you think it will help to begin to regulate all of this and further empower SEC to do their work?
It will help to regulate those who want to be regulated. Because
Mm,
of regulation has to do the two things, the upper one and lower one. The people who are the distributors of all this product, of course, they have to regulate them. Then the consumers have to follow the follow those that is approved to do that. If it's everywhere, SEC always give warning. Talk about the approved investment company that you could check their website. You do all of that. So some of these consumers all know that if they go to the approved one, they won't get what they want. They want to double their money. They have to go for the one that is not approved. So
approved.
now, how come if government will come back now and they start enforcing that law, fine. But it's easier to enforce it using innovative system where they bring in more people, like maybe people who are more familiar with the online space to check what is happening within that space more than, because if they keep using the old system too, it can be difficult for them to regulate it, because licensing and regulation are not the same. You can license somebody without regulating the person can be doing anyhow. You know what I mean? So it's a very big and thorough work. If the sec can be able to regulate the entire space, making it difficult for any other company who's now authorized to be there, and also making it easier, or people making their life easier to follow the simple rules, to work with only authorized firms, then it's easy. But where government is doing something and the people who are consumers are not willing to comply with the government rules, it's difficult to also, it will also be difficult. You see that they will keep falling victim or claim or forming victim of all these things anytime it goes wrong. Like I can tell you, a lot of them, quite a number of them, already knew what they were going into. It's just that it didn't favor them. They began to shout.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you investigate very well, I believe investigation more than everything. Quite a number of them knew what they were going into. Yeah. So, but that one is fine. But just that Nigeria is a big space. If it will ever big company will come in and get a license one, and if they do not monopolize it, fine, they can get a license. But there may also be problem in terms of consumers. If the consumer will be able to comply, if they're not able to comply, internet is free now. People will be visiting all this and be clicking on them and subscribing to those investment products and also be getting hot.
Okay, so until when we can do the right thing, what's the best way you think Nigerians can leverage the digital market and also make money from it and gain what others are gaining across the world? What's the
Uh,
best?
One is subjective. There's nothing like Nigerians in here. It's anybody who is willing. Because like I have few people I
No,
work
because
with
of
in
the
Nigeria.
Nigerian market. That's what I'm saying. Because of the
Yeah,
peculiarity of the
so
Nigerian
it's
market.
something that they can be subjected to. Like you do know that if those who are investing in mutual fund are making more money, and they enjoy what we call stability, then those who are also investing in other products that, like across the border market are also making money. They also enjoy stability, so they are just following the right channel. But the only problem is that those channels will not promise them unrealistic something, but they just want to go into what works. So it's a subjective thing. Any individual who want to make decent money can actually do it, even as I speak to you, without enforcing himself or government enforcing them to do it. But those ones that doesn't want to, no matter what you tell them, they will never. They will never. Have you not seen where they are saying, this one they pay 100%, I'm going there. No, this one they pay 80%. Why give me 100%? They know what they're doing. They all know. I had somebody one day say for Port Harcourt, he say anywhere where I join, if I don't get my capital 3 months, I know the job. I want to be sure. 3 months I get my capital. So they know what they're doing. Yeah. So that if you do them 6 months, then you go get your money.
But you
Or
cannot cheat the system and run like that. The system will also hook you up somehow now. It's
yeah, some they cash out. I think I have to leave now.
Thank you so much for rejoining us. I don't know if I still have you there, Uche. Apologies. I had power outage, so I had to reboot. So if you can join us back, Uche, if you can hear us, sincere apologies, and please kindly ensure that you rejoin us. Let's conclude on this. The idea for this is so that we can educate ourselves and make sure so we make them way other people don't make it, because it's very painful and hard for people to lose the kind of money that they've lost at this time. To think of the fact that some people the money they don't lose set now their entire life savings. Now they don't lose like this. So it's a very painful situation. But I do hope that as Nigerians would have learned our lessons and we'll not go feel like this kind of thing to happen again. So that we'll not go let greed. One of the things you mentioned, we'll not go let greed get the best of us in this kind of situation, so that this kind of thing no go happen again. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, so I think I better. Okay, let me quickly take your messages. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Yuan. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And you said, yeah, that no bank will give you 10%. Naturally, 6%. 6%. Now, usually the benchmark. 6%. Now, we see most people go offer 6 to 8%. That is if you don't even reach 8%. It ain't hard to promise more, right? Yes, I see that message. I appreciate all of Hona, but please let's just try to be careful. Wow, that's all we'll draw the curtain for today. Thank you so much to everyone who's been part of the show. I'll see you again tomorrow afternoon or good morning or mid morning with Dr. DG. He'll be joining us mid morning, say 12 o'clock tomorrow, hopefully, or 11 o'clock tomorrow. So we'll be with Dr. DG tomorrow. And we'll also have another guest in the evening join us as we continue to talk for the development of our country. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you. Thank you for your unalloyed support. I appreciate you guys. I love you so much. Oh, before I even go, I promised I was going to play you people this video of this Chinese man where they give Nigerians money. But I not get straight to talk about them again because my tired is tired. But let me just play the video small and leave it at the video. When I come
蒋
tomorrow,
总跟他
we'll
们
talk about it.
发
What they're
小费
using
了
our
啊，
Nigerian police to do.
咦，哎，
走开，走开，走开，走开。
这都是赖拉，都是1000的赖拉给的。
蒋夫人，来，
200赖拉相当于那个1块钱，嗯，发钱了，发钱了。一个人是5000赖拉。Yeah.
So from the video, you go see say they give them, they hand over 5,000 naira to them. And this, they're actually a mobile policeman. Now they give this people to. Well, we will talk about them another time when I come back. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you. I just thought to do the video here. I'll see you again tomorrow, God willing, in the morning. Do enjoy the rest of it.